Imagine biting into a golden, perfectly crispy French fry. You hear that satisfying crunch, but your fingers are not coated in greasy oil, and your kitchen does not smell like a fast food restaurant. For decades, we were told that to get that perfect crunch, we had to submerge our food in a giant bubbling pot of boiling oil. Deep frying is delicious, but it is also extremely messy, heavy on calories, and a massive pain to clean up. We all want the crunch without the guilt. Enter the air fryer. In the last few years, this little countertop appliance has taken over kitchens worldwide, promising the impossible: crispy, crunchy, fried-like food using almost zero oil. You just throw in some cold chicken wings, press a button, and 20 minutes later, you have crispy perfection. But how is that actually possible? Is it magic? Is it just a tiny oven in disguise? Let us look inside the machine, strip away the marketing, and break down exactly how an air fryer turns soggy potatoes into crispy fries without using a swimming pool of oil. To understand the secret behind the crunch, we first have to bust a massive marketing myth. An air fryer does not actually fry anything at all. Frying, by definition, requires cooking food by submerging it in hot fat or oil. Because oil is incredibly dense, it transfers heat to the food almost instantly, boiling away the moisture on the surface of the food and leaving behind a hard, crispy crust. So, if the air fryer does not use a bath of hot oil to do this, what is it actually doing? At its absolute core, an air fryer is simply a highly energized, incredibly compact convection oven. If you look inside the top of the machine, right above where the food sits, you will see two very important parts. First, there is a thick metallic coil, which is a powerful electric heating element. Second, right above or behind that coil, there is a large high-speed fan. When you turn the machine on, that metallic heating element gets blazing hot, reaching temperatures of up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius in just a few minutes. But intense heat alone is not enough to make things crispy. That is exactly where the fan comes in to save the day. This powerful fan spins rapidly, taking all of that intense heat from the coil and blasting it downward like a hurricane inside a tiny metal box. This process is known in the industry as rapid air technology. In a traditional kitchen oven, the heat is somewhat lazy. It just sort of sits there, slowly surrounding your food and taking a long time to do its job. But in an air fryer, the hot air is moving at incredibly high speeds. It rushes down the sides of the cooking chamber, hits the bottom of the drawer, and then bounces back up right through the food. This is exactly why the basket of an air fryer is full of holes or slots. Those holes are not just there to let grease drip away. They are specifically designed to let the tornado of boiling hot air circulate underneath the food and wrap completely around every single French fry, chicken nugget, or vegetable. Because the cooking chamber is so small and the fan is so powerful, the heat is forced into direct aggressive contact with the surface of the food from every possible angle. This mimics the exact same rapid heat transfer that happens when you drop a potato into a vat of boiling oil. So, how does this hurricane of hot air actually create a crust? It all comes down to moisture and a little bit of beautiful food science. For food to become crispy, the surface needs to dry out completely. When the high-speed hot air hits the wet surface of a potato, it rapidly evaporates the surface moisture. Because the air is constantly circulating and being recycled by the fan, it acts like a high-powered hairdryer for your food, stripping away the water on the outside much faster than the moisture inside the food can escape. This leaves the inside fluffy and tender while the outside turns dry and hard. Once that surface is dry, the temperature of the food's exterior rapidly climbs, triggering something called the Maillard reaction. This is a chemical reaction between amino acids and sugars that occurs when food is heated above 300 degrees Fahrenheit. The Maillard reaction is the exact same science that makes a seared steak turn brown, toasts your bread, and gives fried food its distinctive savory golden brown crust. The air fryer forces this reaction to happen in record time because the hyper-concentrated heat never lets up. Now, there is one small catch when we talk about making food crispy without using oil. While the air fryer is brilliant at drying out the surface of food, air alone does not conduct heat quite as perfectly as liquid oil does. This is why many air fryer recipes still recommend tossing your food in just one tiny teaspoon of oil or giving it a quick spray before cooking. That microscopic layer of oil on the outside of the food acts as a thermal conductor. It catches the blasting hot air and helps the surface fry evenly, preventing dry spots and giving you that perfect golden sheen. Even if you use that tiny spray, you are still using up to 90% less oil than a traditional deep fryer, which is a massive win for your health and your grocery bill. Furthermore, if you are cooking foods that already contain their own natural fats, like chicken wings with the skin on, salmon, or bacon, you do not need to add a single drop of extra oil. The intense circulating air will actually render the fat straight out of the meat, and the machine will essentially fry the food in its own natural juices before the excess grease drips safely away into the bottom catch pan. Ultimately, an air fryer is a triumph of smart engineering and airflow design. By combining intense concentrated heat with a high-speed fan and a carefully perforated basket, it creates a miniature wind tunnel that violently evaporates moisture and forces the Maillard reaction to happen in a matter of minutes. It gives you the legendary crunch of deep-fried food without the terrible mess, the excessive calories, or the heavy grease smell lingering in your house. It is fast, it is highly efficient, and it has completely transformed the way we cook at home. If you want more videos explaining exactly how your favorite kitchen gadgets work so you can become a better cook, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and tell me your absolute favorite air fryer recipe in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy cooking.